Democrats need to hold the seats that they've got and win 4 more seats. Take a look at Georgia. We've got that as lean Democrat right now. It's kind of an interesting story because after Donald Trump won that state in 2024, the seat was considered a vulnerability for Democrats, a prime opportunity for a Republican pickup in 2026. But we've got it in the lean Democrat category right now. And I want to talk to the candidate who's running there. This is Jon Ossoff. He's, of course, the United States Senator for Georgia. He's in this election, and as I said, his campaign has caught a lot of attention right now. He's running for re-election in what's expected to be a contentious race, but it could decide which party controls the Senate. Jon Ossoff, welcome. Good to see you.
Ali, thank you so much. Great to be with you.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've talked. Tell me what happened. For those who haven't been following, the Republicans thought they had a pickup opportunity. That has changed fairly substantially for you right now. Tell me what has happened.
Ali, we have a lot of momentum, but I bring news from the Peach State in the aftermath of this Supreme Court decision. We're expecting vast Republican spending against me here in Georgia, and there is no path back to regaining control of the United States Senate without winning this race in Georgia. Remember that just a few years ago, our Republican governor was reelected by a wide margin. This is the most competitive battleground state in the country, and I'm running against Donald Trump's hand-picked candidate, Congressman Mike Collins, the infamous bigot congressman, who is only a congressman because his daddy was a congressman, but who's going to have the full weight and power of the White House and Republican super PACs behind him. And today, literally today, Ali, is the most important deadline yet of our campaign. The deadline's midnight tonight. I'm asking folks to log in to electjon.com right now. Make sure we have the resources that we need to win this race decisively.
There's another thing that's going on in Georgia, and everybody knows this, and everybody remembers it from January 6, 2020, that it still remains some sort of ground zero for election fanaticism and election denialism, and it didn't end. I mean, we saw Tulsi Gabbard at the Fulton County voting center. Like, what are you worried about that, the intimidation of voters, and the fact that Georgia just lives rent-free in President Donald Trump's mind?
That's one of the reasons that we need grassroots support from across the country, is because not only am I facing this Republican super PAC spending against me, but as you mentioned, the president personally dispatched the nation's top intelligence officer, our spy chief, the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, to oversee a ballot raid on the Fulton County Elections Center. He has been obsessed with his conspiracy theories about Georgia since the moment he was defeated in 2020. You all remember the infamous phone call. You remember, Ali,
yep,
where he badgered and bullied our Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, to, quote, find him the votes that he needed to win in a state that he had lost. And Congressman Mike Collins, my opponent, is an election denier. In fact, he opened his general election campaign last week by affirming his belief in the falsehood, the big lie that Donald Trump won the 2020 election. He's someone who has apologized for and defended the January 6th insurrectionists who hunted the vice president and the Speaker of the House to try to kill them on January 6th, 2021, the very same morning Georgia sent me and Reverend Raphael Warnock to the U.S. Senate.
I remember that night well. In addition to these issues about voting and voting rights and election denial, every state in this country has the same central issue. Everybody running for Senate or governor in every state in this country has the same central issue, and that is Americans are finding life unaffordable. They are finding it unfair. We have this K-shaped economy, and we got a president who brought us tariffs and a war that have increased those prices. Tell me what are you running into with people as you're meeting them in terms of what they want you to actually do in the Senate if you're reelected?
It is the cost of living crisis. It's this sense that the social contract has broken down, that you work harder and harder, but the bills get higher and higher, and the treadmill of survival in the economy gets steeper and faster. And healthcare costs in Georgia right now are really driving this, especially since Donald Trump and Mike Collins decided to double health insurance premiums for more than 1 million Georgians with their attacks on the Affordable Care Act. We've seen, Ali, in just the last 6 months, more than 300,000 Georgians lose their health insurance altogether. It's a disaster for health in Georgia. And Mike Collins, just like he voted for war and for tariffs, he voted for these health care cuts. But again, I got to get back to where we began. If folks are feeling overconfident or complacent about this Senate race in Georgia, we absolutely have a competitive race here. There's a real possibility that Mike Collins could be elected to a 6-year term in the United States Senate. This election-denying bigot, one of the most extreme members of the U.S. House of Representatives. And so with this deadline at the end of this financial quarter now, about 8 minutes away. Again, I'm asking folks to pull out your phone, pull out your laptop, go to electjohn.com, give us the resources that we need to win and to protect voting rights in the state of Georgia.
Senator Ossoff, good to talk to you again. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.